Now I actually have my Bose QC25 in my anti-theft backpack right here. I have a video that I made about this. I absolutely love it. You can check that out. And what I love about this so much is that it has a perfect little pocket back here for my Bose QC25. So move that bag out of the way, get this opened up. Now one of the things obviously that you'll know about the Bose QC25 is that it comes with a cord like this. Now it also has this little piece on it, which is the microphone, and you can turn up and down the volume. Now what's really interesting about these is that they're only available for a specific product. So like if you want an Apple cord, you have to have an Apple cord. If you want an Android cord, you have to have an Android cord, which is why I think it's so important to make your Bose QC25 wireless. Bam! Because then you can just attach it to any device you want without having to worry about not being able to use these buttons right here. Because for example, if you have the Apple cord and you plug it into an Android phone, you're not going to be able to use the up and down volume buttons right here. It won't work. So that is the biggest reason that you want to get the wireless adapter for the Bose QC25. Now there's more than one option out there, so why am I recommending the Tranesca? Let's get into it. Let's just talk a little bit about this product first. It came in a box with a charging cord. It has a little port right there. It's just the standard charging port that you will find on many electronic devices, including Android phones. It's a smooth black plastic, and it has several buttons on it. You'll see those buttons there. There is a power button and volume buttons, as well as the play and pause button. Other than that, the last piece that you'll see right there is this piece that connects right into the headphones. So I'll show you how it does that. So real simple, you just take where you would put in the cord and plug it in like that, and it holds nice and tight. And the thing that I really like about it is that even when it's on your head, it doesn't add a lot of extra weight by any means, and it doesn't look really gaudy. It's not like gigantic and flashing and, you know, stands out from the headphones. It just looks like I'm wearing regular headphones, and most people wouldn't even notice this little device hanging off of it. Now the controls are really easy to use. You do have to try to remember where they're at. So when they're on your head, you can't see them obviously. So you have to remember, okay, the first button is the power off, the next one is the play pause, and then the double button is obviously up down, and you'll get used to it as you go. It'll just become second nature to you as you're using these headphones. It says that it works up to about 60 feet from the source. I'm not sure that it goes that far because I've used it in the gym, I've used it around my house, and I found that if I leave my phone on one side of the house and then I'm using this device in my headphones, I go to the other side of the house. Once I'm on the other side of it, that's when I start to get the fuzzy cracking, and it doesn't really come through very clearly. So maybe it's 60 feet out in the open, but if you're inside of a building, it might be more like 30 or 40 feet, maybe 50 if you're lucky. But the good thing is that there's never any delay on it. So sometimes with these Bluetooth adapters, you'll have a delay from the audio device to the product itself. And using this Tranesca, I've seen no delays ever. It doesn't matter if it's a YouTube video or if I'm on a phone call. I've never seen any delays from the audio. So it works really well in that sense. There are some other devices that are like this as well in the marketplace, and they all have a microphone in them, so you're able to listen and talk at the same time if you're on a phone call, for example. But I've seen reviews of other products that their microphones are not very good and that it'll drop the calls or just people can't hear them. I haven't found any problems like that using the Tranesca during phone calls. I've been fine on business calls with them and pacing around and walking around and using it. However, the one thing is the battery life can be a little short, and so sometimes in phone calls, if you're going for an hour or 2 hours, if it's a long conference call, there is a chance it might drop. And so in those cases, I take this out and I switch into my corded system and just stay like that. But it's not bad. I mean, it still lasts several hours. I will charge it once and I'll use it at the gym probably for the entire week before I have to recharge it again. It's really easy to charge, just plug it in, doesn't take very long either. And they say that you can charge it while you're using it. I don't know if I would actually do that because walking around with it plugged in like that, like it would just be really cumbersome. Why not just plug it into the wall, charge it, and just use your wired setup until it's done charging? It might be useful to plug in like that if you're walking around town and you don't have your cord and you just really want to keep listening to your music or your podcast or whatever, and you want to keep it charged in. That's actually another reason I really like this backpack. And again, I'll link down to it in the description box, but one of the things it has is I can plug it in right here. I can put my battery inside, and so then I can just have the cord out like that. So if I needed to, I could just plug it in, have it in my ear, attached to my backpack, and it would be no problem. As for its build and its sturdiness, I found that it's quite strong. I've dropped it a few times. It doesn't even have a scratch or a crack in it. Although it doesn't feel particularly strong. Like I know that if I was like to pull on it like that, I could probably snap this thing in half. I'm not gonna do that obviously, and it would probably take some considerable force, but it's not like a rock solid piece of equipment, but it's also not something that's going to crumble in your hand or get destroyed. Like I said, I've been using this for, I don't even remember when I got it, and it's still working 100%. Even though I've dropped it and probably sat on it a few times, still good. Are you convinced yet that you need the Bose QC25s? There are other Bose products on the market that are much newer. These are outdated, certainly. I bought them at the end of 2016. It is now at the beginning of 2020. And I would say that they are still very much worth it, especially since they are less than half the price at what I bought them for. When I got them, they were well over $300. You can now get them on Amazon for about $150. I'll put a link down in the description box to that if you're interested. And this is also compared to, say, the Bose QC35 or the Bose 700, which are both significantly more expensive than this, even if you add in the wireless adjustment. Now, I actually had a choice between the QC25s and the QC35s when I was making my decision. The QC35s were brand new at that time, and so why would I pick this product over the updated one that was wireless and go for the wireless adapter? Well, there was a good reason for that. It's because I work online and I needed something that was going to be on my head basically all day long. So I considered the weight of these products. And the Bose QC25 is roughly 100 grams lighter than the Bose QC35, which means that after 8 hours of it sitting on your head, that takes off a significant amount of strain on the neck and back. And so just adding on this little piece basically turns these into Bose QC35s. And I will just have to say that while I was in the store and I was checking the sound quality between the two, the QC35, the QC25, I could basically hear no difference at all. And I'm not an audiophile who knows everything about sound and how headphones work and things like that, but as someone who needs really good sound when they're working online or when I'm working on my videos like this one, then I need something that gives me really good sound, and this was no different from the 35s in my experience. Like I said, we are going to discuss the price of this, and that was the big reason I bought this, is that you can find products that are exactly like this from other companies, and they can be from $5 to $10 more to twice the price. So this one is definitely probably the most economical and functional piece that you can get, and you're not sacrificing on quality, build, or durability, in my opinion. So if you're looking to make your QC25 wireless, you just go like this. You can put it on your head, and there you go, works 100%. If you're gonna buy either of these products, please use my affiliate links down in the description box so you can support these videos that I'm making for you.